So tired. Can we wait till Sunday to start doing group exercises? It's still early. We have more than a week left.
Yeah, that's right. Can we propose it into next week? That's the game just move.
That's why people often say that this group has only 3 people.
Excuse me, what did you say?
Stop arguing! Please sit down to complete the job. Before starting to do group exercise, we will discuss with each other first. Our group exercise is about the difference between generation gap between Western and Eastern countries. Now, who are the first?
I can start. In my opinion, cultural values play a significant role in creating a generation gap between the West and the East. In the East, there is often a stronger emphasis on respect for elders, hierarchical relationships, and preserving tradition. Younger generations are expected to follow the norms and values of their elders, and there is less emphasis on individualism and independence.
I agree with that. In contrast, the West tends to prioritize individualism, independence, and challenging traditional norms. The younger generation are encouraged to express their opinion and make their own decisions, even if it goes against the expectation of their elder. This difference of cultural value can create tension and misunderstanding between generations.
I think the main difference is in Western culture, feeling or experiences are important, while they are suppressed in Eastern culture. Western group setting line. How are you feeling today? How do you feel about Nikita in the East?
That's right. And in the example of that, in the East, it is common for children to live with their parents until they are married, and even after that, to take care of their parents in their old age. In the West, young adults tend to move out of their parents, right? And at early age and try independence, the difference in cultural values can lead to misunderstanding and conflict between generations.
Now, I will give some example of generation gap in Eastern family. In many other families, the generation gap is missing. Families stem from different sources.
I want my child to return from play before 10 p.m.
Time is not important to me. The important thing is that I can meet my next day work.
Quan điểm về việc ăn uống.
I want my child to eat the right hormones of course.
For me, eating enough is okay.
Quan điểm về nghề nghiệp.
I want my child to choose a career that suits its ability and had money to take care of big family.
I am young, so I want to learn difficult profession.
Nàng dâu người vợ lý tưởng.
A gentle daughter-in-law who know how to take care of her family.
When it comes to engagement, I like active people who can go out with me, and taking care of the family is the part of it. Next, I need long to talk about some other example.
Another example is the way that marriage is viewed in the East and the West. Yeah, in the East, marriage is often seen as a union between two families, and parents play a significant role in choosing a partner for their children. In the West, marriage is viewed as a personal choice, and young adults are encouraged to find a partner based on their own preference and values. This difference in cultural values can create tensions between generations when it comes to the choice of a partner.
Maybe we should also mention the difference in communication style. Communication style can create a significant generation gap between the West and the East. In the East, there are often a more indirect and respectful approach with it, The younger generation give way to the older generation. In contrast, in the West, there is a great emphasis on open and indirect communication, with younger generation expressing the opinion more freely.
Absolutely. In the East, communication is often embedded in the cultural values of respect for elder and hierarchical relationships. Younger generations are expected to listen and follow guidance of their elder, and direction, confrontation, or disagreement is often avoided. This can lead to younger generation feeling unable to express their opinions and feeling frustrated by direct communication.
On the other hand, communication is often more individualistic and focused on expressing one's opinions and ideas. In the West, younger generations are encouraged to speak up and challenge traditional norms, and direct confrontation is often seen as a positive thing. This can lead to older generations feeling disrespected or offended by younger generations' direct communication style.
That difference in communication style can lead to misunderstanding and conflict between generations. For example, in the East, older generation may perceive younger generation as stressful or disobedient when they express their opinions directly. In contrast, in the West, younger generation may perceive older generation as close-minded or unapproachable when they do not engage in direct communication. Additionally, technology and innovation can contribute to the generation gap between the West and the East. The West generally has greater access to advanced technologies and a faster adoption rate of new innovations compared to the East. This can create a gap in technological literacy and skill between generations. Younger generations in the West may be more comfortable and adept at using technologies, while older generations may struggling to keep up. In the East, the technological gap between generations may be wider, with younger generation having access to more advanced technology compared to their elders.
Besides, the East and the West may have different attitudes and values towards technologies and innovation. The West often embraces new technologies and innovations as a means of progress and improvement. Younger generations in the West may be more open to embracing and adapting to new technologies, while older generations may be more skeptical or resistant to change. In the East, there may be a more cautious approach to technology adoption, which focuses on preserving traditional values and practice. This can create a diving between generations in terms of their comfort and enthusiasm for using technology.
Not only that, technology has transformed the way people communicate and interact with each other. The rise of social media, messaging apps, and online platforms has changed the dynamic of social interaction, particularly among younger generations. In the West, younger generations may be more accustomed to using technology as primary mode of communication, while older generations may prefer traditional face-to-face interaction. In the East, there may be similar divides, with younger generation embracing technology for communication, while older generations might rely more on traditional methods.
To make it easier to understand, I will compare the differences in communication in the West and the East for you to see. Now, let's look at the table. Yet, do you know any other points that need to be considered?
I think another option to consider is that technology advancement and innovation often disrupt traditional industries and job markets. In the West, younger generations may be more adaptable to such change and may shape our careers in emerging fields driven by technology. This can create a gap between generations in terms of career choice and opportunities.
In the East, younger generation may face similarly challenges, but the impact on traditional industries may be more pronounced, leading to greater generation to difference in career paths.
It's interesting to consider how all of these factors contribute to the generation gap between East and West. It's not just one thing, but it's a combination of many different factors.
It seems that we had very interesting and useful discussion about the difference in the generation gap between the West and the East. And the opinion you give are very useful for group exercises. Hopefully, your opinion will help our group exercise achieve a high score. Now let's start doing group exercises.
Below are some pictures during the making of the video. Let's take a look.
Stop arguing. Please put your hands through and elaborate.
Chào cô công trường đã nhỏ của em.